Hello, I'm Joey Haskins, and welcome back to You've Never Seen, in which I showcase a movie you've probably never seen before. Queer cinema has become much more of a universal genre of film nowadays. Instead of maybe one film getting some notoriety, now several mainstream films a year seem almost expected. This is in part thanks to new queer cinema, a movement in the 90s in which several independent filmmakers would make queer-themed movies that would change the industry, many of which we covered last June. But before this wave of newer films, there weren't many films that were explicitly queer coming out. Sure, there were many that implied it, but exposing it right in your face was either frowned upon or seen as revolutionary. Desert Hearts exposes itself without doing any of that. The 1986 film directed by Donna Deitch is a profound examination of a lesbian relationship, but also of America's subsequent embracing and ostracizing of it. The scene is 1959, as Vivian Bell is looking to divorce her husband quick and easy. So she heads to a place sort of in the middle of the American frontier, where she struggles with the idea to act much like the community of people who don't want to change, or follow her heart and become a free spirit. What is this place stuck in limbo? Why, this is Reno, the biggest little city where divorce laws have historically been very lax. Vivian, played by Helen Shaver, is not the newest person getting a divorce in Reno, so she goes where all the women have to wait for it to be finalized, a ranch owned by Frances, played by Audra Lindley. There she meets Kay, played by Patricia Charbonneau, a young free-spirited girl who has grown a reputation for sleeping with women. And although Kay portrays a carefree attitude, on the inside, she's a romantic, looking for the right person to have a relationship with, thinking Vivian might be the one. And so, over time, as Vivian and Kay spend more time with each other, their bond and relationship strengthens, even with Vivian still not sure whether she should see this out or not. This is partnered really well with the beautiful cinematography done by Robert Elswit in one of his first films. He makes the Reno landscape come to life with beautiful shots of the city, casinos, and the desert surrounding it. It peaks the most at the sex scene between Vivian and Kay in the film, which I can't show you here, but believe me when I say it is beautifully shot, edited, and sound mixed really well. I don't talk about sound in films that much, but the sound in Desert Hearts also adds to the film a lot. Random noises of bells and cars create a lived-in atmosphere for a town that is essentially in the middle of nowhere. And if that isn't enough, there's the soundtrack in this film. 50s hits from Elvis Presley, Johnny Cash, and Ella Fitzgerald parade the film and provide more of that atmosphere. And yet the film remains very timeless. I particularly think that that's due to Donna Deitch making the relationship in the film not special, but normal. Like this is an everyday thing and it's not that big of a deal that two women are together. I mean, the only person who really has an issue with Vivian and Kay being together is Frances, but that's also due in part because Kay is the closest thing to a family that she has left. But the relationship between Vivian and Kay encapsulates the film and reaches a state that romance films wish they could be at: realism. Vivian and Kay's love for one another and their relationship through Desert Hearts feels real, and it's a story that means a lot to many people. So much so that Shaver and Charbonneau don't mind if it's their legacy. On top of the film taking over 6 years of fundraising to make, Donna Deitch was struggling to find actresses who could portray a lesbian couple. After all, it was still a recent thing in the public eye, and who knows what people were feeling at the time. Still, Deitch was struggling to find people who could do it, and for little money. But after noting Shaver and Charbonneau's instant chemistry, cast them in the film immediately. And although it received mixed reactions at first, the film quickly became a cult classic and gained a devoted following over the years. Because of this film, and the once abhorrent stigmata for queer films in Hollywood, both Shaver and Charbonneau's careers did not take off, and thus Desert Hearts is their legacy. But as I said before, they don't really mind. In re-examinations of the film and re-releases in conjunction with restorations and anniversaries, both actors praised the film's production, but also Deitch for going against what people thought of as a film about lesbians and told a story about love. It also doesn't have a sad ending, which many films with queer characters have had. And with all these new queer films coming out, it can help to look back on a film that's most likely been formative for many of them. And Desert Hearts is most certainly that. You can find the film to stream on Max or the Criterion channel, or you can check it out at your local library. With Weston Media Center, I'm Joey Haskins, and I'll see you all next time.